A great house for you to do a photo shoot
We are
on
live.
that I just looked at in barefoot. It's going to be very photogenic.
Oh, tell everybody.
Is that a bear?
It is. You just... Hey, everybody.
Is that bear doing cocaine? What's with the nose?
On Instagram?
That's weird. What in the world? Hey, everybody. Welcome to SoundUp Sound Off. We're a little bit later today. Are we live?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
when I said we're
I didn't
live.
know
That's
if
what
we
I meant
were.
by that.
I didn't know if we were pre-recording or if we were, since
No.
we're not at our normal time.
We are on YouTube. We are live on Twitch. We are live on Facebook.
Can we be live on TikTok?
They
That's not a thing
don't
yet.
have a live yet.
Yeah, Instagram does though. We should upload this on IGTV as well, but we probably don't. And this is our weekly podcast and show. So if you listen to the podcast and could not see the bear we were just looking at, I'm sorry. You should go on our Instagram feed and check that out at SoundUp Now. So we have a show here. Sean says he has topics, and then we're going to get into a little ASS. Alexa Skill Stumper.
For segment, there's an extra S in there. You just made
No,
it-
you added the segment. It was always Alexa Skill Stumper. Do.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, I wanted to tell everybody that there is a Amazon Alexa event tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Look, we did the math for you.
SoundUp Now webinar. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Oh, I was talking about our webinar. We have
Actually, I didn't think about that, but
we have a webinar at 1 p.m. Eastern.
interesting. We should mix our webinar along with a live stream of us watching the Amazon event.
And they like push each other out of the screen. And they're
Maybe.
like, oh, wait, what? Like us watching it? We have to give a webinar. We're giving a free webinar tomorrow.
Well, most webinars are free, aren't they?
No, you pay for them. Really? I think it's a free webinar. No, I pay for webinars. Am I getting duped?
Yes. Well, we've all learned something today. Yeah, webinars are free, then they try to sell you a product.
Oh, I thought the webinar. No, I guess maybe I'm using the wrong word. But like if I go online, I pay for a course. I think of a webinar like a
it's
course, like
Yes.
an e-course. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking of as a webinar.
So are
I'm
we
using the
doing a
word
free
webinar
e-course
instead of
tomorrow?
course. So we're doing a free e-course of how to. Yeah.
No
So now I got to change the terminology. No wonder no one's watching. I'm trying to give a value add
All
like
makes
there's
sense
free
now.
webinars.
I feel like I said this to you a while ago, and you didn't
Nope, we've
listen.
had this is our fourth. You haven't said a thing.
Okay.
Been a
So-
little card.
Yeah, so anyway, so that's the Alexa's event tomorrow. They're going to announce new Alexa features, possible updates. Look at this. This is a sad microphone. It's just, anyway,
Forhims.com.
hanging right there. So that they're announcing, apparently, they're going to drop the show, which is the Echo with the screen. They're going to drop the price on that. And then they are going to announce new Echo devices and a lot of updates for Alexa. Hopefully some awesome new features we can implement in skills.
I like that.
I think they're going to talk about the new flash briefing thing, long form flash briefing thing,
Is that called a podcast?
basically. And they're going to probably do a few other type announcements and whatnot. So that's tomorrow, as well as our free webinar course, e-course. Book.
I really just was using the wrong word apparently.
It's okay. But speaking of operating systems, have you ever used Linux?
I've heard of it. Or you think you're pronouncing it wrong? Linux.
No.
It's the kid from the Charlie Brown special.
Pretty sure it's not. But the funny thing about Linux is a lot of companies don't actually put it on their computers like, Apple and Windows. But there's a company called Huawei that has been banned from using Windows. And so they said, screw it. And they're shipping now really popular computers that look exactly like MacBook Pros with Linux operating system. The thing about Linux is it's super customizable and it looks exactly like Mac.
It looks real close to Mac. I've actually heard of this. I have heard of this operating system
It's called like Smile OS or something.
because I remember when it was in competition. Yeah, I don't think it was anything related to Microsoft, but it was like Apple. I mean, it was very much like Mac OS in like the 90s, wasn't it? Wasn't it like mid 90s, early 90s, mid 90s? So
Adam uses Linux, our developer.
that doesn't surprise me.
He's, most developers, I think, do.
Maybe that's where he gets some of his design ideas.
Well, look, there's a bear down in Carolina Forest. So
Who checks their feed in the middle of a show?
I'm
This is
trying to go
really
and make sure
weird.
there's no comments because I realize we're doing something on Restream, so the comments aren't going to show up
So we
here.
can't always see it.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of neat. Would you buy a computer with Linux, even though a lot of programs aren't on there? They have, it's like there's no Photoshop, but they have something called GIMP.
GIMP.
It's actually exactly like Photoshop. A lot of people use it. It's a very popular program, actually. Open source and free.
GIMP. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. I was looking at Linux's design to see.
They look pretty cool, actually.
I mean,
you can customize it the way you want.
But even the full, there is an element of just interesting look to it.
It's kind of like Android for computers. You can make it
like
look the way you
old school
want.
Android. A little bit. Oh, you can customize it. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's different ones. There's like Ubuntu, if that's how I'm saying it correctly or not. And there's
okay,
different.
but listen. What can you run Chrome and like regular internet programs on it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, then I won't care. How much? Do you know how very little I use software? Like it's all internet
how do you use
based.
GarageBand?
I don't use GarageBand.
iMovie.
I use iMovie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what equivalent.
But that's about it. Like if you look in my thing, I don't use much.
See, we're the opposite. I love having actual apps on my computer.
See, yeah, I don't.
I hate having to open the browser.
I love the browser. I live in the browser.
And there's the difference there. So would you spend money though on a computer with Linux? That's the
I
interesting
would as
part.
long as I can get into the browser. As long as it runs Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. Like it runs a couple different things that I can test against because we're always testing our products at SoundUp and then just other companies I'm involved with. Like I'm kind of looking at different browsers to make sure that things look right or work right. So as long as it runs multiple browsers, then yeah.
Well,
I don't really care about the software.
Funny thing, if you buy one of these new computers with your new Apple Card, if you put your Apple Card into a leather wallet, apparently it'll ruin your card. How about that transition?
Hold on, wait. If you buy a computer with your Apple Card,
I'm going to Apple Card and their issue they're having with the material.
Oh, I thought because you bought the Linux has some kind of weird radio microwave
such a good transition,
that goes
you didn't even realize it was a transition.
into the Apple Card that's in your wallet and screws it up.
If you go to the store and use your Apple Card and buy it and put it back in your wallet, but you bought a leather wallet,
that was a horrible transition.
That was the best transition.
Stupid.
So apparently you're not allowed to use denim or leather wallets with the new Apple Card.
What other kind of wallets are there?
That's what I was going to ask you.
I'm asking you.
I always use a leather wallet.
Yep.
Because guess what? They last forever. I have a Fossil wallet from like 10 years ago. It still works.
I can remember being a little kid. I think they're reaching the younger audience. The Velcro with the nylon. It's like a nylon material.
Yes, that was the only other option. And yes, I was a kid. And yes, mine was probably black with like neon pink and yellow on it.
It has me right now in this moment wanting to go to some sort of store and have a Velcro wallet so that I can go when they ask me to pay for something.
They were so loud.
It would be awesome.
I wonder if Velcro's gotten better and more efficient, not being so loud. Velcro 2.0. So yeah, if you have any of those, which most people are, it will damage your Apple Card because the Apple Card is made of a material with a coating that apparently gets markings on it. Your card will just be ugly, like every other card in your wallet already.
Maybe they'll make a case for the Apple Card, since they make a case for every other Apple product that you don't want to drop.
Speaking of cases, not on here, the new Apple Store the Apple Store in New York got redesigned, and they have a wall of cases, and you can take the case off, put it on your phone, and if you like it, you grab the mount and pull, and it's a drawer with the cases. You can buy that case on it. It's really cool. I wish I had a picture of it, but
I was gonna say I'm trying to picture
efficient
it.
use of space.
Interesting.
Basically, you go to Walmart and something on a rack, or you pull a rack out, and it's actually a drawer. That whole rack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Right.
phone.
Pretty cool. All right, so go ahead and do the intro song to the Alexa Skill Stumper.
Alexa Skill Stumper.
It's a jazz remix? Blues? What was that?
Yeah, I'm a little sad today. I had a person who I thought was a friend, but they're not. All right, let's go.
There's a reason we're filming this late today. He texts a number that doesn't exist. All right, so I don't have an industry yet. I haven't thought of one.
All right, hold on. Well, I thought we've kind of revamped some of the Alexa Skill Stumper. I thought we were only doing one industry at a time, so that
That's
we
fine.
made it a little easier edit, even though it's probably more efficient to do, too.
I think it's. Let's ask everybody else. I like better when we both put thoughts into an industry, even if one of us has already thought of it, because then you probably have your own ideas. Anyway.
I like winning. All right, so. All right. So let's think of Alexa Skill.
Think of an industry, and if it's any one of the comments,
I'm thinking of
trying to get the comments going here. And
how about I'm trying to think different things that. Well, I just came from this meeting, And I think you're gonna say that we've done it before, but I don't feel like I edit these down, and I haven't seen where at least we retained a copy of this one. But I think it's a good buzz one. I feel like we did. Remember when we did yoga?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we didn't do fitness, like a fitness gym. Yeah.
Now, yoga studio. I think that's about as far into it as we went.
Okay, all right. So, and then even when I break down fitness gym, I'm not talking about like Planet Fitness or like some sort of like gold. You didn't silence your phone,
No.
Really? I'm not talking about like Planet Fitness or Gold's Gym, like those types. I'm talking more of like probably more in like the newer like Orange Theory, ISI, CrossFit, the type of fitness, like the more probably community.
Orange Theory?
You never heard of Orange Theory Fitness?
No.
There's one in Myrtle Beach. It's based out of Charlotte. I think it was on like Shark Tank.
Interesting. So, do you get orange juice while you work out?
Orange Theory? No, it would make me thirsty though. No, it's about keeping like your heart rate in the orange. Not to the red, not to the green. It's something to do with that.
That's a good idea.
Thank you. Like HIIT training. It's basically HIIT training. Anyway, I'm a partner in a fitness center, a business partner in there. So that's why this came to mind. We were actually looking at we got a meeting
work
today.
Out.
So, and Sean used to work out and do some training. Believe it or not.
True.
Yep. True story. So anyway, we're huge fitness buffs. So
I actually did.
I work out in my garage.
No, the other day I worked out. The other day I did a couple of push-ups. Yeah, showed green.
You ate a push-up, or you?
Yes, I did. They don't make those anymore. You know that?
Yeah, they do.
They only make them in orange. Remember, you used to get the box and you have the different color ones. They only make orange now.
That's sad, but yes,
sad moment.
But they still make them. Okay, so
that went in a weird direction.
So fitness industry, a little bit, not the commercialed ones, but probably the more independently owned fitness places. What do you think?
Well,
skill and flash briefing.
I had an idea, and then I immediately shot it down, but it was to have an Alexa at different stations to tell you how to work a machine. But I feel like everyone would be too embarrassed to know that they just asked Alexa how a machine worked. So probably bad. But
you are an idiot. It works like
sure, like, oh, he's over there asking the machine how to use it. Because I did have that idea for an app back in the day where you would scan it and watch a video on how to use the machine. Because there are some machines that have a certain way they're used, but there's other ways to use them.
Oh, I've gotten on a machine wrong before.
Yeah, I think we all have. Somebody walks by and like, what's that going there backwards for? It's a back machine. He's doing presses. But I think having one, even, you know what? A lot of gyms have like a little private room that you can kind of go in and do stuff. And you know, you can have like an Alexa set up in there with different workouts. And like, so there's a private room with balls, and they have, what do you call them? The yoga balls? The big ones that like blow up.
Those aren't
like
medicine
rubberized.
balls.
No, they're not medicine balls.
No, I said they're not medicine balls. They're,
So anyway, you could go into one of those rooms and say like, I want to work out with balls, or I want to work out with the
Swiss balls,
or the you know,
right?
IKEA has the Swiss meatballs, or they have the strap.
I'm not gonna be able to edit.
I cannot get this going.
Edit this segment.
A band workout, or even kettlebell. There's different things. You could have one of those set up in there to give you this kind of workouts, but then you could have the same skill at home available to do the workout at home, brought to you by that gym. You could have maybe even a log of information set. So like maybe they have a punch card with your protein shakes, and you go home and say, Alexa, if I go to the gym today, will I get a free one? I don't know. I feel like you're laughing at all of my ideas here, and it's making me sad.
It hurts.
He did a push-up the other day too.
I did.
Apparently. So yeah. Maybe. How about you? This will go in the blooper part of the show. I don't know what you're laughing at. Is there something on my back? So maybe we should have Alexa skill on what to do if you can't stop laughing uncontrollably.
Oh my gosh.
There's tears going down your face. I can see them in the monitor.
There are. Oh. Well, I don't have anything as good as your balls.
That's what happens when Chris. See, I mentioned me working out, and this is what happens.
But listen,
he just laughs at me.
Listen, no. I also totally forgot we were live. The Alexa skills and flash briefings. No, I actually had an idea that I find it funny that a lot of times we say in industry, and you always go to how to use it, this isn't wrong, but this is just how your brain, you go to functionality of the Alexa within the place of business or the industry. My mind always goes to marketing and value. So for a consumer not in the place.
Well, I mentioned it being at home too. I said the same skill could be
right,
used at
right,
home
but
for the same
but
stuff.
but you're even saying you could go home and do it where they're already a member. So my brain. No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying that's how you think, and I would never think that, which is good because you're like, how can the business use it within their business? I don't always think that way. I think more of how do you attract people to your business or build your brand? So, I think in addition to what you said, you could use it in that way, and then on the other flip side, you could be adding value as far as through flash briefings about fitness, nutrition. I guess if you believe in your product, your goal is to add value no matter if they're a client of yours yet or not. So I think you could have a popular flash briefing that was all about health tips, fitness tips, exercise, nutrition, healthy living. That could be your flash briefing segment. Feed that into a skill that's branded to your place. And of course, you're going to have all the general information about how to join and maybe even be able to sign up and stuff, but give values, workouts of the week, workout of the day, however you want to do that. Like you said, if you could figure out whether it's a show or a visual Alexa device, or if it's not, if you could figure out how to give exercises that can be done at home, like how to do certain workouts at home, how to do, I had the same, entrepreneur fitness, give maybe niche workouts to niche people, moms that are at home, or mom or dads. It's 2020. Yeah, or working in the office, entrepreneur fitness, how do you work out when you only got 20 minutes in your day? Different things like that I think could be good. Other skill stuff but I think running, specials, or if you got certain things for your center, or a 90-day fitness trial, there's a way to promote certain types of memberships or certain types of years or certain programs you're getting. I know our fitness center, we do a hot for the holidays, which is a 90-day program. If you could hot for the holidays. So you start, I think it started at the beginning of September, and you try to, 90 days. So right about Thanksgiving or beginning of December. Hot.
Oh, hot.
Looking hot.
I was
sexy.
Hot.
Okay. No, not hot.
I know. I make
hot
sense
for
now.
the holidays.
I don't know. We're going to have so many great screen grabs from this episode.
All right.
That one right there. That was one. I should have made a different face.
Oh, my gosh.
So fitness, I think, is a lot it can do. A lot. I think...
I have no clue how I'm going to edit this for Alexa Skill Stumper.
I don't think we should. I think it's going to live on its own. Wow. Well, that was an interesting live show.
Totally forgot it was live.
And
hope you guys.
This isn't even the happy hour show.
Happy hour hasn't ever got that happy. I don't even think
it would. Oh, by the way, speaking of happy hour,
that we didn't do last week.
How are those sours?
You know why we didn't do happy hour?
Do you know why the show wasn't on today?
You know why the show it is on. That doesn't even make sense. Do you know why the show's not on? No,
because it's on.
Anyway,
all right. We will be back Friday with happy hour.
So he says. Sound up. Sound off.
Bye. Sounding off.
Sounding off.
Swiss ball.
Did you get this on a podcast?